guest tonight, the guy who got me my first world title, Sugar Hill, is in the building. What's up, Sugar?
What's going on?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just practicing some stuff.
You practicing? How is you practicing? You supposed to be in the house. What you mean you practicing?
Outside ain't bad. You know what I'm saying?
Outside ain't bad. You
Outside
keep
ain't
your
bad. I'm social distancing.
okay. That's what I was about to get ready to say. Yeah, yeah. So what you doing? Playing a little golf out there with Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan? Hope you ain't
Uh,
gambling out
I,
there.
I was playing golf. I was just practice. I was at the range just practicing. You can't always play. You got to practice.
You gotta practice.
Practice more than you play.
Yeah,
You get good.
absolutely. That's right. That's right. So I know the gyms are closed, man. And that's your baby right there. That gym is your baby. I remember when you was on the force, you would go from work.
You.
Yeah, you'll go from work, a long day at work, to training them kids down at the original KRONK gym. How did you balance that out? Being a police officer and being a boxing coach.
Well, the balance was, with anybody, you're not gonna have a much of a social life,
Mhm.
because boxing takes up a lot of your time. Regardless of what anybody says, you got training with families and stuff. This boxing can break up a family. It does a lot. It's addictive, and that's what I was a part of. I'm a part of that product. From watching Emmanuel. Emmanuel had that same kind of intensity, that same kind of passion. That you need when you want to win, when you want to succeed. You got to give up something. You can't just not go out there and not give up something. It's called sacrifice. You got to have
Yeah,
some kind of sacrifice. So people sometimes think that trainers don't have sacrifice, but trainers got to have sacrifice as well. It ain't just oh, I talk to the fight, I see him in the gym and I train him and then you go home and that's it. Me and you, we spent a lot of time talking outside of boxing, what I'm saying, to make these championships possible.
that's right. That's right. You learned a whole lot from Emmanuel Stewart. That's your uncle, and it paid off. For not that many people that can actually go and follow the same footsteps. Like for instance, Tommy Hearns, he fought, but his son fought too. But was his son gonna be Tommy Hearns? Emmanuel Stewart, he went on to be the greatest trainer in my eyes of all time. You are definitely following his footsteps. You don't had what, three, four world champions?
That's way off. It's called eight right now. Eight world champion.
Eight world champions. See, that's right. Correct me. That's right. Eight world champions. Out of those eight world champions, can you name all of them, please?
Yeah, I can, but I rather not. But it's eight. They could look it up.
Look at up. Hey, at least tell them the first world champion you had.
the first the first world champion. I'm gonna say your name, K9.
Uh, you ain't said. You said. Oh yeah, you did say K9. My God, appreciate you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry,
look.
Cornelius Bunders. Cornelius K9 Bunders
Yes,
versus
that's right.
Corey Spinks in his hometown, St. Louis. Went there and knocked him out.
Oh, oh. How did it feel? I mean, I know how I felt. I felt real good. How did you feel? I mean, because you show emotion, but you don't show emotion. You laid back. I mean, how did you actually feel? Like just you becoming a world champion as well, because we did it together. How did you feel like that night?
That night in St. Louis, it was kind of like a mixed emotions.
Okay.
To be totally honest, it was mixed emotions.
Okay.
I was happy to win. I know we worked together a long time.
Yes.
Together, and Emmanuel was there at the same time we won that championship.
Hmm.
So, for me, it was I was still in the learning stage, and
Yeah.
working that corner. Going into that fight, I was expecting to work the corner. Like being the head guy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
wasn't the head guy. Emmanuel, at that time, Emmanuel was managing you.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
Emmanuel was still Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel
Yeah.
Stewart was the man still. I was
Yeah.
still in training. So
Yeah.
so I had mixed emotions that night. I
Yeah.
was very happy and satisfied of the win and everything. I didn't work the corner as the head guy. Emmanuel was because
Yeah.
Emmanuel was a part of it too. So it was something that I had to learn and go through to to understand understand me and growing
Yeah.
to be a world class trainer. It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't really understand and people don't know. but I was willing to be patient and wait my time. I was
Yeah.
never in a rush to be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, he's a great trainer. He's good. You know, all that. No, even
Mm-hmm.
though I knew I was myself, but I never really got that recognition because I was always under Emmanuel, and it wasn't really a problem to me, you know, so much, you know, because that's my uncle. That's like my father.
Mm-hmm.
I spent most of my life living with him, and for me to be under him and to watch him still operate and to do his thing and to win championships, I was still a student, you
Yeah.
know. So that night, I mean, I was very happy. I'm like, dang, the world champion, IBS, hometown. That's the best way to win. Go on somebody's hometown beater. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
one of the best. That's one of the best ways to win. The crowd can't do nothing but appreciate you and love you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, once you go in there and beat they guys' butt.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you gain fans from that, and that's what
Yeah.
you did. You gained fans from going into the hometown, going into the Lions Den, and beating that fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you do it respectfully. You
Yeah.
know, so
Absolutely.
it wasn't no big talking. Actions speak louder than words. But you know, you go in there, you beat the guy. You go in there, you beat the guy, and that's it. The boxing does the talking.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Flat
Absolutely.
out.
That's right. Flat out. Flat out. That's right. So whenever I needed to hear like some instructions, it was harder to get the instructions from Emmanuel, even though he know boxing. He didn't coach me for that fight. So I'm looking at him like, what? And you know he good at cussing you out to get you going. And I'm like, man, hold on, sure, what's up?
Yeah, I remember that because it was like during the fight, he would tell you something, right? And
Yeah,
then you'd be looking at him. He was right there in your face like this. And
yeah,
then when he got done talking, then you'd be like, yeah, you look over at me, and I'd be like, I would translate to how we understand, how you understand it, how we, you know what I'm saying? So it was all quite the same, and
yeah,
it was you know, it was a good experience. It was a good experience for me, for you, like you said, like you worked with Emmanuel, you know, before like a little bit, but mostly you worked with me. So
absolutely.
when it's time for the fight, you hear
Mm-hmm.
Emmanuel talking, but he's saying it's just a little bit different, same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you know he was the Godfather, and it was just
Absolutely.
it was a team. So Emmanuel
Yeah,
would say it, and you understand a little bit, but when I come in with my 2 cents, then
yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right, right. So they say after the fight, man, Emmanuel did a good job. K9 got so good working with Emmanuel Stewart, and I know you like, man, hold on.
I was, and like I said, I was a little bit sad, you know, after the
Mhm.
fight, but I still I understood what it was all
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I know I put in a lot of work with you. We went down and fought on the Lennox Lewis Mike Tyson undercard. It was just
Yes,
me and you. You
yes,
know what I'm saying? He managed
yes,
with Lennox at that time, so he wasn't working with you, but you know, you had to go down there and we fought. And I never forget that. We was at the physicals, weigh-ins, and you know, doing
yeah,
the stuff for to get your license and stuff. I
yeah,
never forget this. I know you don't either. Pacquiao and his team came in.
yep,
They
yeah. That's right.
steamrolled us. They deboed us and took our spot. They're like, oh, we gonna come and stand in first, and we was next.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
we both looked, and I was like, man, let them go. Let them go. It's no big deal. You know,
Right.
that we just starting off fine. Let them go. They some amazing, no problem. And that's what we did. You know, I stepped aside. I never had no big ego problem. You
Yeah,
know, like
absolutely. No,
okay,
you
let them
didn't.
go ahead. They've been there. We just starting off. I know we with Emmanuel, but
Hmm.
Emmanuel wasn't there at that time. So it was like, all right,
Exactly.
go ahead. Because if Emmanuel there, they wouldn't have bumped him.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. That's true. That's true. What about the fight when we went to Germany? I feel like that one was like a real big fight, a big win. 2 week notice.
Yeah, well, you know, I was in camp in Spain training
Yeah,
Jonathan Banks, and
yeah.
Jonathan Banks got injured, so I got
Hmm.
sent home. And when
Yeah.
you called me, as soon as I landed in Detroit, you was like Sugar Hill, you was like, they called me, they want me to fight Benson Guroff in Germany, and I
Yes.
was like, okay, that's cool. You was like, yeah, they want me this, they want me that. I was like, okay, and you was like, but how we gonna train? And I was like, K9, I just touched down in Detroit. We training tomorrow.
Okay. Exactly.
That's just how I never forget. I was looking out the window. I was like, I just touched down. I said,
Absolutely.
we on. Because no, you didn't know I was coming home. You thought I was in Germany still.
Yeah, that's
No, in
right.
Spain. You thought I was in
Yeah,
Spain.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that was on the Vladimir Klitschko undercard.
Absolutely. Yep, that's right. You got a good memory. Now tell me, so who was the second world champion you had? Was it Andy Lee or was it Adonis Stevenson?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. So, and this is, you was my first champion, like, since I
Okay.
work with, like
Yeah.
that. Before you, KRONK was champion as
Hmm.
a female boxer. That
Hmm.
was actually like my first world champion. And I had he beat Mark Suarez down in Florida.
Exactly.
Me and man worked that corner. And actually really you was a third champion.
Okay.
But he was my first world champion like that. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. All right.
Like
Hands on.
On that big level, you know what I'm saying? Like IBF, you know, the four major organizations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's how I really went.
Absolutely. So now.
Hey, that's back when you had KRONK trunk with no name on it. It was just a plain old trunk.
That's right. That's right.
You worked your way up to getting the name all on that shit, your whole outfits and everything.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, you got to be special to go in that one room. That one room down at KRONK's.
Yeah, that locker room.
That locker room. If you wasn't a world champion or you ain't paid your dues, you wasn't going up in there.
Nope, not at all.
I made up in there, bro. I made up in there. And now everybody is tuning in because they want to know what's up with you and Tyson Fury. Like, how did you get the car and you training the heavyweight champion of the world? That's big.
I was going into the KRONK gym one morning in December, and I got a call from Andy Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy was like, he called me, was like, just a regular call. That's like my brother. We lived together in the same house, me, Andy, and Emmanuel for like 7 years. Absolutely. And Andy was like just talking, and I didn't know what was going on. I just thought he called me, so I always answered the phone. And he was like, he was talking, he was like, you know, Tyson Fury's fighting Deontay Wilder. They had a first fight. It was a draw. And I'm just listening to him. I'm not thinking nothing. And he was like, so me and Tyson was talking, and, you know, your name came up as possibly training him. Would you be interested?
Yeah.
I had just got in the gym, opened the gym. I was sitting at the front desk. I was like, yeah, I train him. No problem. Like, because I was thinking, like, you know, we trained together before. I trained Tyson back in 2010.
Absolutely, I remember.
And in Detroit and in Austria. So I was like, okay. And, you know, Andy said, okay, I'll give you Tyson's number. I'll give Tyson your number. And call him later on today. But I happened to be in the gym so long that day, I didn't get a chance to call him. He's in Europe. So I said, it's 5 hours different. I said, I'll wait. So I said, I'm going to call him early in the morning. So I had my alarm clock set to call him early in the morning, his time. But I woke up real early, and I turned my alarm off. I was like, nah, it might be too early. Let me call him a little bit later, maybe like around 11 o'clock, you know, his time or noon. Yeah. And anyway, I fell back asleep, and my phone rang. It was Tyson Fury. And he called me, so I answered the phone like I wasn't asleep. I was like, hey, yeah, what's up? And he was like, yo, Sugar, I've been talking to Andy, I've been talking to Andy and Andy Lee, and, you know, he mentioned that you might possibly want to train me. He said, but, you know, I'm asking you myself. And he asked me, I was like, sure. And pretty much we just talked for about like 7 minutes. And then, you know, we got off the phone. And I was like, dang, this shit happening, huh? I was like, dang. Right. You know, because, you know, a lot of people call and do stuff, and something may happen in between that time. Yeah. And I was supposed to train Tyson, but the deal was I'm going to train Tyson Fury, but we're going to have Ben Davison, you know, in the corner as well. But I'm going to be the main guy.
Okay.
And Ben, you know, and you know, Ben was still going to be there. So that was all cool. And then a week later, you know, it's all over the internet. I never told anybody the conversation we had because it wasn't made public by Tyson. It wasn't my place to make that public. So a week later, Tyson made it public, like getting the boys back together again, getting the whole team. Yeah. And when that happened, I ended up calling. No, before that happened, I'm sorry. I was calling just to find out, you know, when was camp going to start. Yeah. And I called Tyson. He was like, "Yo, Ben's out. You're going to be the head trainer. You're going to control everything. It's going to just be you." I was like, okay. I was like, but I want to have Andy there because Andy the one put it together. And, you know, Andy knows me and knows the style and everything. And Andy was like the link between, you know, between me and Tyson because him and Andy and Tyson had talked already. And, you know, they came up with me as you know, to train Tyson out of everybody in the world. They went over all these trainers. And my name came up, and it was from what I heard from Tyson telling me. He said my name was already in the first in his head, and it was first in Andy's head. But they went through everybody else, and then they went through everybody. It was like, you know what, the best solution is Sugar Hill. And then Tyson was like, you're right. I was thinking the same thing all along. But they went through everybody else, and that's pretty much how it happened.
Wow, that's good,
bada
man.
Boom, bada bing.
Hey, listen. I'm happy for you. It couldn't happen to a better person, especially what you do for them kids, man. You know, when you take care of them kids, boy, they come back to you. Yes, it do.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't
now,
think of it that way, but go ahead.
yeah. Right. Look, so tell me this
No,
right here.
but I mean,
Uh-huh.
I don't think like, oh, if I take care of the kids, something good gonna happen. I just do it because that's what I
Oh
love to
no,
do.
no. Exactly. Now I was just saying it in a different way. No, you don't do it for that reason. That's not good. That's not good. You might not get nothing for that because your intentions aren't good. It's not in the
That's
right
right.
place.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So look, so when you giving this Tyson Fury, because you know when he came to the original, when he came to Crunks, you know I sparred him that day. I was scared to death to spar him when he first came to Crunks. This man is
Yeah.
6'9". I said, man, this is the first time I ever was scared to get in the ring with somebody. I was like, nah, I'm straight. But he basically told me, I'm gonna work with you. We just gonna, do our little thing. But anyway, with him being that tall, I mean, how do you give power to a guy that tall when you about my height? I mean, is it comfortable?
Hands up here. Arms and shoulders better be strong.
Absolutely. Could you feel? Could you feel it? Like I know you're, taking them punches on the pass. Did it really kind of hurt your arms a little bit after a few days?
Negative.
Negative.
When I first started working with Tyson, he
Yeah.
punched, but he wasn't punching like a 6'9", 270-pound man. So there was some
Oh.
things that I had to correct and to change.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
people say you can't teach power, you can't teach this, but yes, you can. Power is
Tell him.
a combination. Power is a combination of balance and
Hmm.
technique.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's what I teach because that's what I learned from Emmanuel. So,
Hmm.
the whole training camp I worked on his power. Now
Yeah.
towards the end of the camp, I said
Yeah.
midway because it was an 8-week camp.
Yeah.
Midway, 4 weeks he was
Yeah.
punching,
Yeah.
and I didn't try to work on anything more than what we worked on in that 4 weeks because at 4 weeks he was ready.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
he was hungry, ready for the fight, and
Right.
I didn't want to add too much to him to confuse him. I said, you know what, this right here is going to be enough, and that's what
Hmm.
we work with. We just kept that as our foundation and
Yeah.
worked on that all the way into the fight.
Right. Now over at Crunks, we all say knockouts sell, and knockouts do sell. Did he when he talked to you when y'all first conversated? Did he tell you I want to knock this man out?
No,
Okay, because
he
I
just
saw
said
that.
he said he want to win, he want to beat the guy, and
Okay.
I was like, listen, you do this, and this. I was thinking about it because I had never watched the fight. I said, you knock
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder out.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm just doing his face that I know. He was like, yeah.
Okay.
That's his
Okay.
expression. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
what he said. He's like, yeah. And then he started believing it. You know what I'm saying? Because
okay.
because of what I told. We've always had a bond, and he
Yeah.
trusted me,
Yeah.
and that goes a long way, in
Yes.
the fight business, and that
Yeah.
that goes a long way with the fight business and in our relationship
Yeah.
as a fighter and a trainer.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I kept watching the interviews, and the interviews he kept on saying he was gonna knock him out. He gonna take it to him. I don't think that Deontay Wilder thought he was gonna try to take it to him either. He boxed last time, so everybody, their mama thought he was gonna box. So when he went out there and took it to the man, when they bullied the bully, I was, I couldn't believe it. I could believe it because you train him and you train me, and I understand the style you get. You gonna go get a guy, and the balance was out cold, was good, was great, and he just wasn't ready for that. So now after the fight, now he wins the fight, and I hear his team and everybody, a lot of people were saying that it was something with the gloves, wrong with the gloves, that Tyson wasn't fair. Do anything you want to say about that? It not being fair. First, it was his outfit was too heavy. Then next thing you know, he said, "Oh, it was the glove." I mean, what do you want to say to the people that's listening in about that situation?
Nada. That's Spanish for nothing. I
Nothing.
don't say nothing. I haven't said anything about it. I won't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Me, I have to put myself in the position of Deontay Wilder and his team and everything like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and they believe something was wrong. So you
Yeah.
have to go over everything to try to understand what went
Okay.
wrong. If you don't, then how do you correct it? So
That's
yeah,
true.
they believe that the uniform was a problem. They believe that the glove was a problem. And I
Hmm.
can't even say that his team, because I haven't heard Deontay Wilder or his team talk about the gloves.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
everybody else talking about it.
All
Everybody
right.
who's not even a part of the team talking about the gloves. They talking about this. They talking about that. The only thing Deontay Wilder said was the uniform, and he never mentioned anything about the gloves. Period. So
Yeah.
I don't take and comment on everything because a lot of it is not true. It's not the words of Deontay Wilder or his team.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just
true.
me because I think I have to understand different situations and put myself in those situations so I can understand better at what they're trying to do.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me. So I know you like challenges. You're very, very competitive. I mean, we play horseshoes. Listen, you want to beat me in horseshoes. You want to beat me in basketball. Now
Why
you
you say
face.
I want to beat you? Why you say I want to beat you like I don't beat you? But go ahead.
Well, you and I know what's going on, like Pac would say.
Yeah.
Hey, so, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. No, I see. I see. You know, we see each other. What? So you going up against Mark Breland? Was that kind of like a challenge? Did you say I'm going against Mark Breland and we gonna beat Deontay Wilder? Or was you just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and you know what I mean? It was a challenge. Was it a challenge to you, or did you know you look past it?
Well, like you said something about Pac, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's me against the world, baby.
It's me against the world, baby.
That's how I felt. It wasn't just
Yeah.
Mark Breland. It was
Okay.
me against the world because nobody believed anything Tyson said or that I said. They looked
Absolutely.
at us like we wasn't like, and I just had to say we looked like we wasn't shit. Like
Yeah.
that shit ain't gonna work. Why would y'all even do that? Tyson can box. Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all do this? Why would y'all do that?
Yeah.
It was done and it
Absolutely.
was shown.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you know, I feel like to me, you know, what I mean, from you showed me more than any trainer ever showed me before. I mean, when I first came to you, I admit I thought I was sweet, and then you started showing me how to jab the right way. You gave me good balance, so I gotta take my hat up to you for that, man. You definitely a great trainer. And all them amateurs, like them kids, man, people don't know that you had the KRONK program, like the KRONK program was back in the days. You had Tanya. How many national did she win with you?
About 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Dominique Dalton, Vernon Parrish. I mean,
Somebody did the math. Latanya's father, Mike, he did the math. He was like, you know what? You got over 100 national championships. I didn't know I had over 100 national championship wins like that. I never thought about it like that. I was just going out there doing my thing and
yeah.
training fighters to win. And out of
Mm-hmm.
all the fighters that I've had, who people won multiple national championships, I
Yeah.
mean, it's over 100.
Yeah. Wow. So your heart is definitely with the amateurs. So you know, it was a video surfacing around saying that you had said that you were not going to train Tyson Fury and that you were going to focus on the amateurs. Now, how true and how real is that?
It's very real.
Okay.
You know that it was an interview done after the fight,
Hmm.
and the question was, well, Tyson Fury just won the world championship. You knocked out Deontay Wilder. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do now? Like,
Yeah.
what's next?
Uh-huh.
And you and me know, being from America, what's the
Yeah.
number one thing people say after they win something very big, like Super Bowl or something? What do they say?
I'm going to Disney World.
Exactly. But Disney World ain't paying me to say that.
Oh,
So why
exactly.
would I say it? So that's when I say, you know what? Because it was that great of a feeling. I
Yeah.
was like, they was like, you done everything. Like, I mean, that's like the biggest thing in boxing, heavyweight championship of the world.
Absolutely.
Beating the guy that knocked everybody out. So what more can be done? In my head, I was like, retire. I can go. I
All
can
right.
go retire right now because I've done
Yeah.
it all.
Yeah.
I done conquered the biggest stage in boxing, like Emmanuel, and now you know what could be
Yeah.
better? What more can be done? Let's go
Yeah.
retire. Let's go back to the gym and train some amateurs and bring them up to be world champions.
That's true. That's true. That's where it all started at, right?
That's where it started at. I had to bring up something like, with me and you, our relationship, and you said, "Oh yeah, like I trained you, I taught you so much and all that stuff," and but me and you used to box.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
me and you
still
used
see.
to spar, and that's when I
Right.
was a trainer. You was a fighter, but
Yeah,
the respect and stuff came from me and you boxing.
that's
Like you was
true.
in there just beating guys down, but me and you boxing, it wasn't happening like that. It was very technical.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
it was. I ain't gonna say it was difficult for you, but you couldn't do what you was doing with everybody else because I had good basics, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
true.
taught and I instilled on.
Yeah,
And we boxed everybody like 3 times, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it was like it
Okay,
wasn't like you was in there beating up me basics, and it was
that's
it was
true.
it was just more difficult. It was difficult for you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So you
yeah,
respected that, and what I had to
absolutely.
teach you at the
Yeah.
same time, you like, man, I can't get you like I get to everybody else.
Right.
And I was just doing basic stuff, but that basic
Yeah,
stuff that I was
yeah,
doing was enough to frustrate you and not let you get off like you normally do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I never forget, me and you box, like, I didn't get off on you, and you didn't get off on me. And that's just how it was. It was like, damn. And I was like, man, I'm trying to, but I ain't trying to make no mistake either.
Yeah,
so it was one of those things. So that built up that mutual respect for you to trust me in what I was doing, because it was effective against you where you couldn't do what you wanted to do.
Absolutely. Hold on. You got to rewind what you said right before you said that. Ooh, you said I was knocking people out and they didn't want to get in the ring with me.
They heard what you. They heard what I said already.
Right. So you got in the ring with me, and man, you went toe to toe. You know I didn't want to bust you up because you was my trainer. You could have made it hard for me. If I'd have got you, you'd have said, okay, give me 6 more miles, 6 more rounds.
I wasn't training you then. Mike was training you.
Oh, I sure was.
Mike Wiggins was training you. Mike called himself being smart and say, hey, because I was boxing everybody. He said, why don't you box K9? Like, because I was boxing all the amateurs and stuff. He's like, why don't you box somebody for real? I was like, okay. Yeah. I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
I was confident in myself. You know, I was confident in myself and what I can do with my skills. And, you know, I mean, that's how it was. I mean, I wasn't even fighting. I was a trainer.
Okay. So I know we only got like 5 minutes left too, Suge. Tell me some of the things that you do when you ain't boxing. What are some of the things you like to do when you ain't boxing, when you ain't training?
I like to cook. Mm-hmm. I like to be with my family.
Yeah.
You know, I like to spend time with my family and you know, just spend time with them, talk, cook, you know, do little different things. You know, that's my personal time. And I've over the years I've grown to make adjustments and having that personal time where I didn't used to do that. And you know, it's not the easiest thing. It's not so easy because in boxing, and being on that level, boxing on your mind 24/7, regardless whether you know it or not. So if I'm with the family and my mind drifts off, it's about boxing. It's like I'm thinking about something. I might be training somebody and I'm teaching them and they don't understand it. And all of a sudden I could be out with dinner. I could be out to dinner or something, or just sitting watching a movie with my family, and all of a sudden something clicks in like, I know how to explain it to them now. That's how deep it is. I mean, so, you know, at those times, you know, you know, a person can get criticized and say, you're not paying attention, you're not right here right now, like something else in your mind. And really, honestly, something else is always on my mind. And I can't dispute that and say it ain't. You know, I'm not going to say it, but I ain't going to say I'm lying. But that boxing is addictive, and it kind of controls you, and it takes over.
That's true. No, you're right. Oh, down at KRONK, I see KRONK is pretty heavy now. I mean, it's reminding me of the old KRONK. It's a lot of action going down at the gym. Who are some of the up-and-coming fighters that you're training right now? I see a lot of Salida Promotions fighters down there. Who are some of the main guys we need to look out for?
You know, the newer guys, I mean, I still have Anthony Durrell, you know, who's active and fighting, you know, 2-time world champion. And that sounds great and everything, but, you know, me, I'm kind of rough. So 2-time champion means you really lost. But, you know, in boxing, they change things around where they say 2-time, it sounds exciting.
Yeah.
You know, 2-time really means you lost.
Okay.
You know, basically. So you have to go back and win it again, which is difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not nothing to just say, oh, you 2-time and just, you know, discredit that person. But you have to go back and win that championship again, which is hard to do. So it is an accomplishment in itself, but you know, it still means you lost, and you want to get back to that platform of being a champion again. So Anthony Durrell is one fighter. Vladimir Shishkin is a super middleweight. He's rated you know, top 10 guy. Shizahon Ergashov is a 140-pounder, rated top 10. You know, up there in the rankings and in the organizations. You got I've got Opti Divat, who's a heavyweight, another heavyweight. He's from Chechnya. And you got who else do I have? I've got another guy named we call him Aram. His name is Aram. Aram, he's I think 126-pounder. He's up and coming. We got Aslam Beck, who's another super middleweight. Also work with Umar Salamov, a light heavyweight, rated top 10. He's from Chechnya as well. Not Umar, but Aslam Beck, he's from Chechnya. And I've got fighters from all over the world that's coming to KRONK and training and wanting to be world champions. And to me, that's a great feeling because that's how it was back in the 80s and 90s when Emmanuel had the team and building that organization, building that powerhouse. And it's just a small part of what he did. I'm following that same direction.
Where are some of the greatest wars that you ever saw down at the original KRONK gym? And do you think it'll ever be another gym like KRONK's as far as the fighters in the competition? Who came up out of KRONK's? The basement.
A lot of the amateurs had those great wars. I mean, those, and I wouldn't even call them wars, but you just saw great competition in boxing. I never forget, Walter Smith.
Yes, indeed.
He would train professionals, and he'd been around with Emmanuel for the longest, with Tommy, Milton, everybody.
Yeah.
And he would always leave when the amateurs came in.
Okay.
Well, when I started training at the gym, I had two amateurs, Dominic Dawson and Carlos Boyd.
Yeah.
And Walt would not leave that gym until those guys boxed. So that was saying a lot because he wasn't really interested because the program really wasn't doing as well as it was doing back then. And when he saw those two guys box, he would stay in that gym. When they got done boxing, then he would get up, put his coat on or get his bag, and then he would leave the gym. So those were some of the great sparrings. I don't want to call them wars because I would tell you, everybody say KRONK had wars. KRONK didn't have wars like that. How people think. It was very controlled. If let's say two fighters in there, they box and they going tough at it for 4 rounds, guess what? It ain't gonna be no 5th round.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it for the day. If you got a tough 4 rounds, that's like going 8-10 rounds.
Absolutely.
That's it. It's enough of that right now. So a lot of the hardest sparring and a lot of the hardest work was in the gym, as you know.
Yeah.
So when you go out there and fight, that fight is gonna be easier.
Yeah, that's right.
Put your work in the gym. Put your work in the gym so you go out there and fight. The fight is easy.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Well, hey,
you ain't been in no wars and no fights, really. You ain't been in no wars because all the work is done in the gym.
Absolutely. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. Hey, Shug. What happened? You connecting me off, Warner? Okay. Okay, Shug, there we go. We back now. All right, I was wondering what happened. Yeah. Hey, so Shug, man. Give anybody your final words. I mean, I don't know if you do social media like that, but give people your final words for all the people that's listening in.
My final words is, I'm simple, so my final words are gonna be KRONK boxing team.
Absolutely.
The most powerful boxing team in boxing history. There's never been a team like the KRONK boxing team. There's never been that many world champions as the KRONK boxing team. And that legacy must continue through me. Emmanuel, taught me, what I should know. And you give credit for Emmanuel training fighters, but Emmanuel also trained coaches too. There's a lot of other coaches besides myself that was under Emmanuel Stewart, that came through that program. Abel Sanchez was one of them as well. He was in that KRONK program with Emmanuel. And under Emmanuel, Stacy, McKinnon, them guys came up all up under Emmanuel. Somebody you got to come up under somebody, somebody that can teach or somebody that understands these things and and pay your dues. You got to pay your dues, and if you do that right and you're dedicated and you focus, then you can also do the same thing. And I'm on that same mind frame where I'm out here teaching fighters, but I'm also teaching and training trainers too, because I'm not trying to keep that to myself. The things that we teach in boxing, me and Emmanuel, was the basics. This ain't nothing, no secret message, no secret, time coded, training session that it's gonna in let's say 2.5 years, it's gonna click in. No, this is the basics. These are the things that you should learn the first day in the gym. The first day when you walk in the gym, these are the things that you should learn. These are the things that I teach, and those things are just getting overlooked so much in boxing with a lot of flashiness, a lot of show. And people are forgetting the basics: how to throw a proper punch, how to keep yourself balanced. Those things are like key. Proper hand position. Those are the main keys in boxing. Those are the things that you should learn that first day you walk in the gym.
Absolutely. Yep. You're right. You're right. Well, I appreciate you, Suge. I definitely see you on the court probably soon, or with the
No, horseshoes.
horseshoes.
You can do horseshoes.
Horseshoe. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and this quarantine, but y'all definitely be in the gym.
Unless you
When the
want to go
quarantine.
bowling. Unless you want to go bowling.
I can't bowl. I'm admit. I traveled. I can't really bowl.
Okay,
I admit.
that's a good way out.
Right. But I try to. Hey, listen. I'm just like you. I'm a competitor.
I know.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Well,
why we
thanks.
play basketball. If I
Huh?
play basketball, that's fine. You probably will beat me. But then we can pick it up in
Probably.
horseshoes. We can pick it up in horseshoes. We
Yeah.
can pick it up in horseshoes, and
Yeah.
then there we go. Then now we back even.
I don't know. I'm good with the horseshoes, bro. I'm a beast.
Horseshoes, bowling,
Yeah.
whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Football, baseball, hockey. How many sports you deep? I'm deep. I'm deep in the sports.
Woo. My man. That's right. Well, appreciate you, champ. I gotta come
Listen,
holler at you, man.
or racing cars.
Ooh.
Oh,
I'd have burnt you a few times. I'll burnt you a few times. That
when?
scat pack. That scat pack. You
We
had
love
that in that bin.
We love KRONK that day. What'd you say?
Huh? Man, I want to
When we
get a
love-
ticket.
When we
I
said,
want to get.
oh, that's what you're saying now.
Yeah, I slowed
No,
up.
you
I was
said
like,
Sugar Hill. You said, man, you always keep something fast.
Oh, yeah,
I always
yeah.
keep something fast.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, you was worried about a ticket, but what you said was, man, you always keep something fast. So I let you know you didn't get off too well.
That's right.
You know it.
Yeah.
Scat pack, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know you don't get off too well. You didn't get off too well that day.
Hey, look, I was conscious. I was conscious. If I would have hit something, boy, if I'd have hit something, I was conscious.
Okay. Being conscious, but you still won't say what happened. I ain't gotta say either.
My God. Definitely appreciate you, man. Hit me up sometimes, you know.
All right, I'm in the gym. Well, I ain't in the gym now, but that's my thing. Or just catch me on the horseshoe on the pit.
No, I'm gonna bring my son to you, so you can get him a little right. You know, I got him together, but you go help him get him together even more. Show him some of that Sugar Hill.
Hey, that's all I know. That KRONK.
That's right. All right, man. I appreciate you. One love.
Okay.
All right. Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember it, but that ain't the way
Okay.
it's done, so I ain't gonna show you how it's done.
Yeah. Right. My
All
God,
right,
Sugar
it was
Hill.
good talking to you. It was good talking to you.
Okay, Nitty. I'll holler at you. Cheers.
Not a problem.
My God. You gotta know how to take it off. What happens when you push it off? No, yeah. My God.